I never thought about needing help before, but I think I need it now, more than ever.
Dad used to take care of me. Now the roles are reversed. Talk about change.
Mi familia me está cuidando, pero a veces no sé lo que está pasando.
I'm trying to help Dad out, but I'm not sure he's making the best decisions.
I don't know what to expect from Mom's caregivers. What are they supposed to do? What are they not supposed to do?
As loved ones and family members age, we sometimes find ourselves in new roles. We start providing the help and support that older people so often need, and we often become caregivers. At the same time, we may also begin arranging for care that is provided by others. But what is this thing we refer to as caregiving? In truth, caregiving is a term that covers a lot of ground. But in essence, caregiving means providing care for the physical and emotional needs of a family member or friend at home, in particular, elderly loved ones. So if you are taking on an additional role as a caregiver, here are some important aspects to keep in mind. To start, always be aware that providing emotional support can impact the physical health of your loved one. One of the greatest gifts a caregiver can provide is the human contact and loving support that helps improve a senior's overall outlook. You need to be prepared to make decisions. As a caregiver, you are likely to find that you will be assisting your loved one with decisions about their care. In fact, you may find that you need to help with or be fully responsible for finding the right services for your loved one's care. It's important that as a caregiver, you encourage your loved one. Allowing them to do as much as possible for themselves helps them feel valuable and in control. And perhaps equally important is taking care of yourself. Caregiving can be an exhausting job. It's very important that caregivers maintain their own mental and physical health. If you wear yourself down to nothing, you're not going to be of much help to the person you're caring for.
Whether seniors receive assistance at home or in a care facility, they have a right to ethical and respectful care. Seniors also have a right to understand what kind of care they receive. As a caregiver, you can help your loved one by explaining medical and care choices clearly. For example, avoid excessive information and jargon, speak slowly, and encourage the senior to ask questions. Respect for seniors and high ethical standards are at the heart of your role as a caregiver. As you prepare to become a caregiver, remember that your senior is the true expert on how they want to live their life. So, put their preferences first by engaging the senior and their most trusted loved ones and asking questions to find out what's important to them. Being empathetic and keeping seniors engaged will help you find the right place and the right care for your aging loved one's specific situation and values. Every senior's situation and needs are different. In some cases, a senior's cultural beliefs and practices, languages, and communication needs may be different than those of the caregiver.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez. Now, I need you to stand here facing this wall and put both palms up against it.
¿Qué dice?
Just like this, okay? Can you do that for me?
¿Así?
Almost. I need you to straighten your back. Can you straighten your back?
No comprendo.
That's okay. We'll just take a break for today.
Culturally and linguistically appropriate services, or CLÁS, are guidelines that outline an approach to caregiving that aims to promote health equity. Although originally designed for doctors and healthcare providers, the principles of CLÁS can also help caregivers consider different points of view and provide an open and welcoming environment to groups that have historically faced barriers to care because of language or cultural practices.
Hi, is this Mrs. Thompson? Yeah, I'm here with our patient, Mr. Sanchez, and I didn't know he couldn't speak English. I feel bad I can't help him. Can we send over a healthcare worker that speaks Spanish? Yeah, I think that would really help him. Okay, great, thanks.
Estas las coloco aquí.
Sí, es una por cada día, ¿ok?
The guidelines for person-centered practices should always apply to each interaction with seniors, because if any of these ethical principles are overlooked, a senior may be at risk for neglect or abuse.
Mom, I'm looking at your bank statement, and every other week there is a withdrawal of $500. Something called LE Enterprises. What's that?
I don't know. The bank says it's okay. It probably is, isn't it?
Well, Mom, let's talk about this. Every other week, withdrawal.
Mr. Foster, your prescription containers are empty. The refill date isn't until next month. Do you know what happened to them?
Well, no, I know I didn't take them all.
Many seniors become targets for theft, exploitation, and even abuse. People convincing seniors to pay or contribute money, or stealing their prescription drugs are unfortunately occurrences that are all too common. The Adult Protective Services APS program was established to investigate reports and protect vulnerable adults who may become victims. As a caregiver, here are some common warning signs that may indicate your loved one is vulnerable. A new friend appears. Abnormal or unexplained markings or bruises. Large withdrawals from bank accounts. Unexplained payments for unknown reasons. Giving money to caregivers. Communication with your loved one suddenly being cut off or somehow restricted. Medication disappearing or being taken. As a caregiver, if you believe someone is experiencing abuse, neglect, or exploitation, you are required by law to report it to Adult Protective Services or law enforcement. All reports are kept secure and confidential. Providing care for a senior requires a team of people. If you're a senior, ask yourself, whose knowledge would be most valuable to help you plan for your future care? Who knows you well, and who do you trust to prioritize your needs and wishes? If you're a caregiver or family member, ask yourself, who should be there with you as you help your aging loved one navigate this process? Overall, it's important to assemble a team that can help in different ways, from larger tasks like financial assistance to daily tasks like meal planning. Caregivers are also part of a care team that may include healthcare, financial, and legal professionals.
The benefit of creating a team to help care for senior family or friends is having a community for you to fall back on when you and your aging loved one need it most. A team can help recognize potential problems that otherwise might be missed or misidentified. To give and get the best care possible depends on clear and respectful communication between the senior, their family, and their care team.
Dan Garcia.
Hello, Daniel. It's me, Anna, your mom's home nurse. I wanted to let you know that when I came to her house today, she was standing outside. Now, she told me she was waiting for her friends to come by and take her home, but she seemed confused and disoriented and really doesn't seem to understand where she is. I've also noticed she needs to use the bathroom a lot.
Is she okay?
Sure, now don't worry now, but she's inside the home and she's comfortable. But I do think you should take her in to see Dr. Anand today.
Well, let me get things situated at work, and then I'll give him a call and get her in as soon as I can.
We got your lab results, and it looks like you have a urinary tract infection. It's a good thing your son and home nurse caught it when they did. Could have been much more serious.
They're a great help to me.
They certainly are. And your home nurse called me.
For seniors, it's often the case that one medical condition, say a urinary tract infection, will manifest itself in a number of ways. For instance, confusion and disorientation. It often takes a team of individuals to help identify health issues.
Once the team has been assembled, it's crucial to assess the needs of your aging loved one by having discussions with them and making observations of your own.
Dad, it looks like you haven't touched any of the food I brought last time. What have you been eating?
I don't know. Doesn't ever seem like I'm hungry. I do have some cookies now and then.
Observe your loved one during visits. Are they eating properly? Taking medications properly? Able to get out to do their errands? Is the house messy and unorganized? Do you notice increased confusion? The answers you find for these questions will help you to determine what type of care is needed. Depending on the senior's needs and independence level, the cost of housing and care varies. As you gather more information about your aging loved one's situation, you can educate yourself about local and national resources available to support both seniors and their caregivers. Also, reach out to your local INconnect Alliance member to get your questions answered and learn about the options available to you or your loved one. As loved ones age, alternatives to living alone or in the family home may need to be considered. The idea of change may be met with resistance, and ultimately the decision to move is up to the senior. The good news is that they have plenty of choices. You can help them by discussing and weighing the options to make the best possible choice of where they should live.
Being a caregiver can seem like a 24/7 job if you let it. In fact, sometimes it seems like even more than that.
Taking care of a parent gives you a good feeling, but it can also be exhausting.
The key is finding a balance between your time as a caregiver and the time that is yours.
Caregiving can be a major change in your life. It is important to keep a positive attitude and face trials one day at a time. It's a good idea to get help from others. Caregivers can relieve one another from duties from time to time. Also, talk with your friends. Sharing thoughts and feelings is an important way to stay in touch with others and avoid caregiver burnout and feeling isolated. Caregiving is bound to cause stress. If the stress seems overwhelming, don't hesitate to seek help. And remember, the Indiana Family and Social Services Administration Division of Aging team is here to guide you toward the right care for your elderly loved ones. Thanks for watching.